So I'm from Big Lake, Minnesota, and I've been hunting big game my whole life. So basically 50 years, and just love it more every day. Well, whitetails are big back in Minnesota, where I'm from. That's by far the most popular big game. So, I, like a lot of kids back in Minnesota, when you start out big game hunting, your first opportunity is deer hunting. So that's been the trophy I've been after my whole life, and I think it remains my number one choice. I love chasing whitetails. Yeah, I hunt all over North America. I've been very fortunate. So I've hunted moose, just got back from a moose hunt in Alaska, caribou, elk, whitetail and mule deer, and been able to travel as far as New Zealand and done some great hunting there. So yeah, I feel very fortunate. Well, so back home, I think it depends where you're at. I might be a little unusual in that I go to great lengths to manage my property. I'm fortunate enough to have some pretty good hunting land in Minnesota. By and large, hunting whitetails in Minnesota does not compare in any way to what we have here. I have some land that I work very hard to manage, and we have some pretty good hunting. But I think people come here because this is known as some of the best whitetail hunting in the world. It's certainly in North America. The size of the deer, the opportunity that you have to kill just a really cool world-class buck, your odds are better. Yeah, so there's no secret. That's why people come here, and it's definitely some of the best in the world. So I first came to Chaparral 2 years ago, and we met Greg and his team, and then came back again this year. So this is our second trip. I'm in camp because I got a tag on a buck that I killed yesterday. So day 4, about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I was able to harvest a nice buck. So I'm in here where it's nice and warm and getting caught up, and I've got a couple buddies that are out hunting and hoping that they have success as well. Yeah, I've never been up here during this first week. I normally come later in November, so we wanted to try the muzzleloader season because we use muzzleloaders back home. We're familiar with them. I'm shooting a Best of the West 45 caliber that is just, it's a really accurate gun that I have a lot of confidence in, and so part of it is the primitive weapons, and it's certainly a little more challenged than a high-powered rifle, but also it's a lot nicer sitting in the woods right now than it is a month from now. It can be really cold, so we thought, well, let's try it, and I know that they have good success. Greg's had great success this first week in the past, so we wanted to give it a try. Well, I would say my assessment of the population is that it's improving rapidly. I was here 2 years ago, and we knew that we were coming in after a couple tough winters, and Greg was very upfront about that they had a couple tough winters, and he's also was relatively new in the business and had been implementing his management program, and it takes time, right? It's incremental. I would say there's a significant increase in the total number of deer, number of bucks, and quality of bucks today versus 2 years ago. I know we did have a mild winter, but I think a lot of that has to do with Greg's management practices. Yeah, I've probably hunted in Saskatchewan for deer a dozen times, and I've been here when it's below zero the whole time. This is by far the earliest I've ever been here, and the weather has been pretty mild. So, but I still brought my cold stuff, right? I mean, we're not in the heater body suits, but I've got my heavy stuff on because you're still sitting still. But I gotta admit, and maybe I'm getting soft and old, but it's pretty nice. We're seeing a lot of deer. The bucks are moving, and it's significantly warmer than it normally is. So I pretty much brought the same stuff, but I've been leaving some of it back in camp. I'm not wearing the heavy face masks, and we're not in the heater body suits, and I haven't used nearly the hand warmers that I normally do. So it's been pretty nice. Yeah, I mean the first 2 days I had some nice bucks, a couple bucks that for me, I usually, if I'm not stirred by that buck when they first walk in, if I don't say, oh wow, right, or that's a good one, if there's not something about that encounter that really gets me going, I know it's not the right buck. If I have to talk myself into it, it's not the right buck. So I had a couple good 8-pointers, mature deer, big bodies, but that really wasn't what I was looking for, and so I passed, and then I ended up seeing one of those same bucks the next day too. So I think that was confirmation that I wasn't supposed to shoot it. I don't think I've been surprised by anything because I'd been here before, met Greg, worked with his team, had pretty good understanding of how they run things. That's why we're here, because they do a great job. And I think no, I haven't been terribly surprised, but pleased, right? Because one of the things that we look for is how they manage the deer, and in talking with Greg and his team, they understand these deer, they understand the aging process, they understand how important that is, the communication to the team. I think maybe the only surprise has just been there's been more deer than I thought, right? We're seeing more deer total. Oh, the accommodations are great, right? I would say starting with kind of a family style meal over in the house, it's just awesome. Bernice is world class. She's maybe one of the nicest ladies I've ever met, and just a fantastic cook. You immediately are made to feel at home. Great conversation. I love that setting. It feels very much like family, and the bunkhouse is great. There's nothing else we need. We're here to kill deer, but it's nice to have a great spot to come and hang out. This place has been awesome. Yeah, I think the big difference between Chaparral and some of the other outfitters is in their approach to deer management. Greg's got a great understanding of how to manage and grow big whitetails, right? He understands the importance of age structure, and that these bucks have to get old to get big. It's as simple as that. You cannot kill the small bucks. And to be honest with you, there are a lot of really nice people. There have been a lot of great outfitters that I've hunted with through the years, great accommodations, but not everybody takes the same approach to managing their deer. Greg is very candid about this minimum and that he enforces it. He takes time to educate people on what a mature buck looks like, how to score him on the hoof, what to look for. He explains the why behind it, which is a big part of it. And for me, that's what I've been looking for. I to be honest with you, would pay more and would stay in lesser accommodations just to have a chance at a world-class whitetail. And here we have great management, a great place to stay, and fantastic people. So I think it's a great combination. But the big differentiator for me is Greg's approach to whitetail management. He really gets it, and that's refreshing.